Hi everyone, so let's get started for our English for today. So let's do our vocab blast first and make sure we are confident in knowing what these words mean. So here I've got the names of the 4 seasons. So let's make sure we can read them. So this one says spring, summer, autumn, and winter. So have a little think about what seasonal changes you see at these times of year and what the weather might be like. And if I was to show you a picture, what you might see. Okay, because in a minute I've got some pictures down here and we're going to sort them and think about which season the picture is showing. Okay, now you've had a little think, we're going to drag up these pictures from the bottom and think about which season it is. So here in this picture, oh, it looks very cold and very snowy. It looks like there's a lot of snow on the floor and a lot of grey, dark clouds. So I think it's not going to be summer because summer's really hot. It must be winter because winter is cold. Okay, this picture here. So in this picture, I can see lots of leaves on the floor. I can see that they're turning oranges and browns. So where do we think it will be? I think it's autumn too. Well done. This picture here, make it a little bit bigger so you can see it clearer. Ooh, these people are wrapped up very warm. So that suggests to me it's really cold. There's a lot of snow on the floor. And I already said another season has lots of snow on the floor. So this one must again match with winter. Okay. Then I'm going to pull this one up. Oh, wow, this picture, all the grass is nice and green and the green leaves are on the trees as well. Have a think, which season did we say that these seasonal changes in this weather was happening? Looks like a really hot day. Summer, correct. I will pop it there as well. Let me get another one up. So in this one, we've got some baby animals, so new life. We've got a lamb there, lots of flowers starting to grow. Which season, which time of year did we say was when things started to grow? Spring, well done. I'm going to pop that under spring. I'm going to drag this one up. Oh, again, I really like this picture, these lovely oranges and browns. I know based on those colours that this season is definitely autumn. Well done if you got that at home. Here, ooh, I've got a seaside picture. Looks very hot and sunny. There's no clouds in the sky, so that to me suggests it's a nice hot sunny day. People are in shorts over there. So I think that this season then must be summer. Move those along so you can see them both. And then my last one here at the bottom, if you can see it, I've got some plants that are shooting up from the soil. So remember, which season did we say there was new life? We said it was spring. So well done if you got those 4 seasons correct in our vocab blast for today. So moving on, we have been looking at English in the story Send for a Superhero. Okay, and we have got 2 mean baddies who've come and started destroying the town. Okay, have a little think. What can you remember about these baddies? What were their names? Words did we use to describe them? Which adjectives? Super. So you might have remembered that this is filth and this is vacuum. And we had made some predictions that vacuum was going to come and suck up all the money and all the children and potentially the buildings. And someone suggested that he was going to steal someone's socks so that we wouldn't have any socks left. And then filth is going to come and pop all this slime everywhere and destroy everything. And these people at the bottom don't look very happy. Okay. And these 2 children here, they were starting to read the story with us, weren't they? Yesterday, you wrote some letters to the Hulk and asked him if he could come and help because we are struggling to get rid of the villains. So we were using some of these adjectives to describe the Hulk, and you might have said that you wanted the Hulk to come because you knew he was powerful, because you knew that he was helpful, and you knew that he was careful. Okay, so using those adjectives with the suffix full on the end, Well, I got a letter back from the Hulk, and it's unfortunately is not great news. So he's written to us here, and it says, "Dear Year 1, I'm sorry to hear about the villains that have taken over the town. It sounds like you need someone who is very strong and powerful to help you catch them. I can't help at the moment as I'm too busy. I hope you find another superhero to fix this problem. From Hulk." That's frustrating, isn't it? So I don't know who we're going to get now to come and help us save our day. So if you have any ideas over the next few days who it could be, let me know, and maybe we'll have to write to them and ask them to come and help us. So moving on, today we are going to look at questions, okay? And you might be thinking, what is a question? I've never seen a question before. So we ask questions a lot in our day-to-day lives, and a question is a type of sentence. And we use questions to check understanding. We use questions to find out information. We use questions to ask for help with something, okay? So sometimes we might ask a question if I want to make sure that you've understood what I've taught you. So for example, in a lesson, I might say, "Oh, what is the answer to 3 + 2? Just so that I can check that you've understood what I've taught. I might use questions to find out information. So if I wanted to know where something was, or if I wanted to know why something has happened, okay, I can use my question to find out that information. I can also use questions to ask for help for something. Okay, so if I've got a problem and I can't fix it on my own, then I can use that question to go and ask somebody else to help me to fix and resolve things. So we're going to have a go at writing some questions today. And up on your screen here, I've got 2 questions. I'm just going to pull them apart so we know exactly what needs to go in our questions when we're writing them. So my first question at the top, can you have a go at reading it for me? Okay, so I'll read it this time. It says, "How are you? How are you?" So at the start of my question, I have got the word how. I'm just circling it here. Okay, so I start my sentence, start my question with a question word. So how is the question word. I'm going to talk a little bit more about those in a second. I also need to make sure in my question that all the words are there so that the question makes sense. So let's have a look. How are you? Yes, it does make sense. And then it's got to have a capital letter at the start, but instead of having a full stop at the end of my question, we have this thing here, which is called a question mark. Can you have a go at saying that? Question mark. And I'm going to show you now how we write our question mark. Okay, so to write it, we curl it round and straight down and dot. Okay, curl it round, straight down and dot. So you might want to have a little go at doing those question marks. Let's have a look at this question underneath then and make sure it's got the same things that are on our criteria for today. So have a little go at reading this question before I read it to you. Okay, so my turn now. Where are filth and vacuum? So remember, at the start of our question, we have a question word. So the question word in this question is where. Okay, so my question word is where. Let's check I've got all the words in it. Where are filth and vacuum? Yep. And at the end, can you remember what we said we needed? A question mark. Well done. So there's my question mark at the end. So when we're writing our sentences today, we need to make sure that we've got these things. Question word at the beginning, all the words in our question, and a question mark at the end. So let's have a go at trying to do that. So we can use lots of words to start a question. Okay, so back on here we had how and where. Have a little think, are there any other question words that you can think of? Okay, that might have been a bit tricky for some of you because we haven't done questions this year yet in year 1. So I've got a lovely hand to show you that has got all the question words on. Just make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. Okay, so on each of here, these fingers and this thumb here, and on this hand as well, we've got some question words which you can use to start your questions. Okay, so we've got who, where, why, when, and what. And in the middle, in the palm of our hands, we've got which. So you can help you remember saying them. We can say who, where, why, when, what, and which. Okay? Who, where, why, when, what, and which. And on the other hand, which is this turquoise one here, we can say does, is, would, should, could, and how. Okay? So we can use any of these words that we want to today to ask some questions. But don't forget, right at the end of our question, we need this piece of punctuation here, which is a question mark. So today we're going to ask some questions to the characters filth and vacuum. So we might be wondering why they are behaving like they are, or what we think they might be doing. We might be asking them these questions. So you're going to have a go at using these question words to generate some questions that you could ask these characters. So on the screen in front of you, you should be able to see my lovely two hands with all my question words and some communicating print words that you might want. Okay, so we've got vacuum and filth there, names of the characters. We've got superhero, villain, classroom, rescue, terrorize. Oh my goodness, if you're terrorizing someone, it means you're constantly doing things that you shouldn't be doing, and it's very draining on that person. Okay, we've got destroy, which means to break something or ruin something, which we've talked about. So let's have a go at generating some sentences, which are questions today. So I'm going to look at my hands and have a think about which question word I want to use to start to ask filth and vacuum a question. I'm going to start with the word what. So down here on the thumb, you can see that there is a what. So at the start of my sentence, I need a capital W, okay? So what, so I've spelt the word correctly. What have you, going to use the word destroyed, I think got my word right here. What have you destroyed in the town? And what do I need at the end of my question? Can you remember? Question mark, well done. So what have you destroyed in the town? So I've started my question with a question word. I've made sure all the words are in it, and there's a question mark at the end. Right, what else could I have? I could have, why are you breaking things? I like that one. Why? So I've used this question word here. Why are you breaking things? Oh, I'm going to use which. Okay, so if the question's which, there's usually a few answers for the character to choose from. I'm going to choose which superhero do you not want to help us? Because maybe Filth and Vacuum have got a superhero that they know is the best and that they really don't want to come and help get rid of them. Okay, so I've written 3 questions that I want to ask Filth and Vacuum today, and I've made sure that they've all got a question word at the start. I'm going to highlight that for you so you can see it. So here's my question word what at the start, here's my question word why, and here is my question word which. And at the end, don't forget, I need my question marks. So we're not using full stops if we're using questions. Okay. I want you today to have a go at generating maybe 3, 4, or 5 questions that you could ask the superheroes. Not the superheroes, the baddies, okay? If you want a bit more help with this, and this isn't enough to help you with your writing, I have got some communicating print here that you can use, okay? And this question here, I'm going to use the question word what at the start. So now it says, what were you, having a look down here, my verbs, I think I'm going to choose the word doing. Okay, so what were you doing? And I might have on my next one, might steal how, and put how do you, I might ask them how do they feel. Yeah. How do you feel? So if you need that, then you've got that to help you as well. So you need to make some choices now and have a little think. To help you write your questions, are you going to use these two parts, or are you going to use this communicate and print? So don't forget to send me your questions that you've written down today. I can't wait to see all that fabulous punctuation that we've just been talking through. Okay, good luck.